All right. Well, I'm going to get started here. And I am Scott, and I'm in Oregon. I appreciate everybody being here. And I'd just like you to take a minute, and I'm going to try to go down this participation list, but sometimes it keeps moving around when people come in, it moves them around a little bit. And just introduce yourself and where you're from. And I really appreciate Eleanor doing this here. She is actually number 65. We started
Wow.
this back in 2021 during the COVID, and we've done it every month since then. We've had some very, very good presentations. We've had some that could have been a little better, but anyway, I think a really good
Practice.
opportunity for all of us to get right there and do it there. I am also always looking for presenters. Eleanor actually gave me a wonderful idea for one for maybe coming up, and so we're going to make some contacts on that. But I need presenters from August on. I keep saying one of these days I'm going to stop this, but when I see something like this happen, it just wants me to go on and do some more there. So I'm going to start and just you can tell them who you are and whatever else you want to tell them. And I'm gonna leave Eleanor to last because then she can kind of introduce
I don't
herself.
know.
Bonnie,
Bonnie, right. I turned my video off. That's all right. I'm Bonnie from Oregon.
okay, and how about Francis?
Oh, Francis from Hawaii, State Secretary.
Okay, and Jane.
I'm Jane Chapman, your new USA area president,
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations,
and I'm from Illinois.
Illinois. Faye
But
Smith,
I'm in Canada still.
for you.
Yeah.
Good. You must have went on the tour.
No, I did not, but I'm waiting for the people to come back so we can all fly back together tomorrow.
Okay.
I did some sightseeing on my own yesterday, and I'm catching up on a lot of paperwork today that's been put off the last few days.
Yeah.
Imagine
Well,
that.
yeah, you're gonna have a lot more too.
I know.
Faye Spencer.
Faye Spencer, state of Kansas, family and community education.
Okay, and Emily.
Emily from Tennessee. I'm state president.
Hi, Emily.
And Judy Jones.
I'm Judy. I don't know what I've done. I can't figure out how to get my picture. There I am.
Yeah, Judy, we've got
I'm head forward.
we've got
Good.
two,
It's
we've got two of you on there too, Judy. So you're on twice. You're getting a little bit of feedback on yourself.
Okay.
So I don't know. One of them says Judy NAFCE, and the other just says Judy Jones. When you talk, you get a little feedback. Barbara Thompson or Barbara Thomas.
Yes, here I am, Barbara
Okay.
Thomas from Alaska, and I'm so sorry I missed the ACWW conference. My back went out that morning that I was supposed to fly out, and the 6.5 hour flight from Anchorage to Chicago, and then another couple hours from Chicago to Ottawa. So I really thought I can't do it. So,
Well, Barbara, I'll tell you, it was terrible. You're glad you didn't go.
oh wow! I wish I
No,
was
no,
there.
it was great. It was really good. Lots of good people there.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of good people. Linda Hanberry.
Linda Hanberry from Mississippi. I'm the treasurer for
Okay.
MAFCE, and I'm the only one with a computer. So that's why you get me.
Yeah, and Marja.
Oregon. Marcia from Oregon.
Okay, and Pat.
Pat from Maryland.
Okay, boy, I'll tell you, this thing keeps jumping around, so I'm going to miss somebody. Cynthia Gibson.
Hi, Cynthia from Prospect, Oregon, and I'm really happy to be here with all you folks.
Okay, and I got a Gail. I don't know. She was muted a little bit ago. I don't know where she is. How about Joanna Mo? Is it Mo? Colorado Springs. She's on there. Did anybody I missed?
Me,
Who's me?
Linda. I was late getting in
Oh,
here.
Linda Niceth.
Right.
All right.
And
From
Joyce
Oregon.
Tuttle is on.
Yes, and with Joyce and Sandy are here.
Hi.
Well, good
Hey.
deal. Well, that makes 18 we got on here today. So, all right, Eleanor, I'm gonna go spotlight you and let you introduce yourself and you'll be the number one pitcher right there. How's that for scary? Is that scary a little bit? Go ahead and introduce yourself, Eleanor.
Doesn't scare us.
Well, I'm Eleanor, and I was originally a member of the Lake County, Illinois Association for Home and Community Education. And when I just didn't have time to do that anymore, Pat Weitzman told me about FCE, and I started watching the lessons, and I'm really enjoying it. So I have a lesson today. I hope you all stay with it because I want to make it fun. The subjects are kind of sometimes scary, but I was a Girl Scout leader and, you got to be prepared. Anyway, should I start, Scott?
Yeah, just go ahead. It's all yours.
Okay. First of all, the information I'm going to give, I've read about, experienced, been told about. I have not fact checked it, so it's up to you. It just makes sense to me. So let's start with just general safety tips. When I was 18, I thought I knew everything, but it seems like I learned something new every day. And I finally decided to start putting it down because maybe other people want to know. Okay, so it's not the world we lived in when we were young. Now there are scams and just, anyway, the number one scam, I think, is when people call you and say, "Oh, is this Eleanor?" You never say yes, because they could record the yes and attach it to something that says, "Oh, I want to buy this house in Michigan." So you should always answer, "Well, who is this?" That's just one thing. Make sure you make copies of the front and back of your credit cards and insurance cards. If your wallet or purse is stolen, all that information is on the back of the cards, which you no longer have, but at least you'll have a copy. And you should set up a family code word. Grandparents are being called and saying, "Oh, your grandson is in jail. He needs money for this." And they kind of make it sound like it's real. So what you should ask for is the code word. Like, okay, let's say you say Pumpkinhead. So when you get a call like that, you say, "Well, what's the family code word?" If they don't know it, it's a phony call. Same thing with kids. Sometimes they're playing in a park alone and somebody will come up and say, "Oh, your brother had an accident. We want to take you to the hospital to see him." The child should ask for the code word. If the person doesn't know the code word, run away. Those are just little things. And it's not meant to scare you, but it's a different world. Okay, cars and driving. I don't know if your city or municipality requires you to carry a registration with you, usually in your glove compartment. Well, if your car is stolen, they know your address, they have your car, and chances are they have the remote to your garage door opener. I keep my registration in my purse. If somebody else is driving the car, I'll give it to them just to have it with them. But alternatively, you could lock the inside door to your garage, but just be safe. This is just my thing, but never, ever park next to a white van. Every crime scene I've ever seen on TV or movies, always a white van. So don't park next to it.
So, Eleanor, you
I don't know
might ask if you get any comments on
area.
these. You might ask for comments.
I'm sorry?
You might ask for comments or stories that people have of the very things you're talking about.
Oh, feel free to interrupt anytime.
Okay.
Just shout it out. I'll stop. I don't know the crime statistics in your area, but I live near Chicago and it's getting worse. I know you can't carry a gun legally, but you can carry a can of wasp spray in your car. Somebody tries to take your car, spray them in the eyes with wasp spray. Muhammad Ali once said, if they can't see you, they can't hit you. Now, a lot of cars have a remote that it's when you can't find your car in the parking lot, you press it and you could hear the horn beep. If somebody's following you into your car, just keep pressing that and it'll draw attention. Thieves don't like attention and they don't like noise. So that's, and by the way, I have a neighbor who keeps one by her bed. And if she's ever ill or falls, she presses that and it makes her car horn go off and the neighbors will come soon enough to help her. Let's see. Oh, people around here think that yellow light means go through. In fact, sometimes they go through at the end and it's red by the time they get through. So always, always before, if you're stopped at a red light and it turns green, always look to your left because chances are someone's going to run the yellow light and you don't want to be in their way. And the reason you look left first is because the car in the left lane is 4 feet at least closer to you than the ones coming the other way. At home, don't open the door to strangers. Always keep your door locked and don't fall for the talking to someone in the front while someone goes to the back because they think it's open. Somebody told me the best security is having a nosy neighbor. Fortunately, I have neighbors who look out for each other, sometimes too much. Thieves don't like dogs. They make noise, they get in the way, and they could attack. So put a beware of dog sign on your window, whether you have a dog or not. They're not sure, so they'll probably skip your house.
In the Salina News, hello? In the Salina News, they just told about a person that was accused of robbing a house. Well, the owner was out mowing the lawn.
Yes.
And, either you could have make sure the garage door is closed or the house is locked on the opposite side where you're mowing. Keep people away.
Yes. In fact, lock it on the side you're mowing. You can always get back in, but no one else can, because you're going to go around this house for a little while and who knows. I live alone, so someone suggested putting a pair of men's work shoes on the porch so that they think a man will live here. I did. I got him at Goodwill. Let's see. Yeah, I also have a window that people can see through. And I just learned this. If you spread white school glue on it, it makes the light can still come in, but nobody could see in. I know sometimes I'm laying on the couch asleep and somebody will knock and I'll be like, oh, please go away. But then they peer through the window. So I did it on that window.
What was that you smear on?
School glue, the white school glue. And once it dries, you could peel it off like you do, from your hand, or we used to do from our hand.
Is there a brand name?
Well, Elmer's is the popular one.
Elmer's white glue?
Yes, but any one would work. Any white glue.
Any white glue.
Maybe use Elmer's because I know it peels off. I haven't tried the other ones. Okay, now we get to health and safety. Over the years, I have had a lot of experiences. I had a kidney tumor, a bladder tumor, breast cancer. My husband, before he passed, had a major stroke. He was on dialysis. He somehow got esophageal cancer. And so I had a lot of experience with doctors and hospitals, and it can get exhausting. I got tired of filling out the same forms all the time. So what I did for each of us was just make just type up or write out a sheet of your date of birth, the allergies you have, the conditions you've had, the surgeries you've had, because believe me, you forget what date you had your appendix out, or what date you did this. So always keep the sheet with you. And now when I go to a new doctor and they say, fill out this, I say, just see attached sheet. I also put in my family history, my father and my mother, what they died from, their age. And one time I was in the ER and the doctor actually came up to me and said, this is so helpful. He said, I wish everybody did it because I could see in 2 minutes of reading your whole medical history and I know I could pinpoint what's wrong. So I have that. And I also have a list of my medications because they always want to know the dose and this and that. So I just say, see attached. It makes it easier for you and them.
Also on this list of medications, I put the amount of the drug and what time of day and how many tablets.
Yes.
Also include on that not only your prescriptions, but your over-the-counter supplements.
Right. Vitamins. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think I did. And keep these both up to date. When I started, I didn't have such a long list of medical treatments. Oh, and yes, these hospital bracelets that they put on you. When you cut all these little codes here, I don't know if you could see them. They have your information on it. They have your financial information, your medical information. Make sure you either shred it or cut it up. Don't just throw it in the garbage. Oh yeah. A pharmacist told me this. When you're filling your pills for the week, and I know some people don't fill them for the week, but then they're sitting there saying, oh, did I take Monday's pill? Anyway, don't put the pills in your hand and then put them in there because your hand has oils and maybe bacteria, and the extras you're going to put back in the bottle, which then contaminates the whole thing. So put your pills on a sheet of paper and then take out what you need for the week. Funnel the rest of them back into the bottle without touching them. Let's see what else I got here. Did I tell you about the key fob that makes the noise in my neighbor?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Oh, to avoid trips and falls, which is, you don't want to do that because you don't want to fall because a broken hip or something it just seems to snowball into other conditions from my experience observing people. So in the house, get rid of your throw rugs that move. And if you have to step near an extension cord, step on the cord. Don't step over it. Chances are you won't lift your foot up enough and you'll trip. But if you step on it, it'll stay there. Someone told me this too, and I just learned this. Especially if you live alone, when you take a bath or a shower, take your phone with you, put it on a towel on the counter. Chances are, if you fall, you're going to be on the floor. You might not be able to reach up to get the phone, but you could pull the towel down and the phone will come with it. Okay. Anybody have any comments or additions?
Also, if you're in the bathroom, it might be a good idea to get grab bars for your bathtub as you enter and as you are on the opposite wall.
Right. I live in a 55 and over community, and when we moved here, everything was set up for the doors are wider to accommodate wheelchairs. There are very few steps. I think we have 2 in the whole house. And yes, there's grab bars and sometimes the grab bars get slippery though. I've had that happen, but anyway. From what I've heard, you guys travel a lot, so I have some travel and safety tips. never put your address on your luggage tag. All they need to know is your first name and your phone number. We used to cruise a lot when my husband was alive, and there are people who work at these baggage handling things who see your address and they call a person in your city and they say, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so are going to be out of town for a week and unavailable, and this is their address. Just, you don't need to put your address on. Somehow they'll contact you with your phone number.
Post office box, not your address.
I'm sorry? I didn't hear that.
Somebody has a comment.
I'll always carry a little LED flashlight in your purse or pocket. Sometimes when the power goes out or it gets dark, you need to find your way at least to the bathroom, if not an exit. But you should, when you get on a plane, count the rows with your hand from your seat to the exit row. That way you'll know if it fills with smoke, God forbid, you can count your way and know where the exit is.
Yeah, Eleanor, going back a little bit on that right there, I got another fact there. Is that you don't want to go on your social media too. If you're on social media and take pictures of oh, here we are, we're in Hawaii, you know, and don't, you know, I see people do that and I know they're out of town. People that live right here in Klamath Falls where I'm at, the town where I'm at, and I know they're out of town. And all you're doing is you're advertising, you know. So I say wait until you get home to post all those beautiful pictures of wherever you're going to be.
Exactly, yes.
You're just telling everybody you're not home. And that's a good point on the luggage there too. But so
I like to put air tags into my luggage and car.
Scott, tell them your experience.
Yeah, I had to. Matter of fact, they lost my luggage on the way home and they thought it was still in Ottawa. And I said, no, it's in Victoria, BC. I even had to tell them. And finally I got a hold. They called me back and they said, well, we don't know where it is. And I says, well, in Ottawa at the airport, there's a restaurant, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant. It's in a room that's across the walkway from there. And they found it because I had to tell the airline where it was at.
I don't know how he found it. He had it.
He had the air tag.
Yeah. By the way, that was a Spotminder is the brand name, and I'm sure there's others, but it works really good.
I keep one in my purse and I hid one in the car. So if my car is stolen, I think I could find it.
Yep.
What are they talking about?
Plus, on an iPhone, if someone else has placed an air tag that is not belonging to you, your phone should alert that there's an air tag near you.
Oh.
Therefore, you know if a person is tracking you because the back of the air tag is a little bit magnetic. They can hide it in your vehicle and then track you.
Wow.
But if you
whatever
have
is an air tag?
Sorry?
I learned another thing today.
What is an air tag?
It's a little device that shows your location. People use it on their dogs and cats too. If the dog runs away, they could track where the dog is.
I think it emits a radio frequency.
Oh.
So if
do you have to charge it up like every other gadget you get?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well,
it has batteries.
6 months.
Okay.
Now the spot minders that I'm using, they look like a credit card. They look exact. I got one in my wallet. You know,
okay.
my wallet,
where do you get that sort of thing?
I got mine on Amazon.
Yeah, I'll call you, Joyce, and talk to you.
Yeah, I want a lesson on an air tag.
Okay. Well, it might not be. That might be a good idea.
I'm so old that I don't know about those things.
Hey,
well, there's
I'm
different
78.
brands and different styles. Some of them are round, kind of the new ones they're like a credit card, and people don't know when they steal something, it looks like somebody's credit card. They don't even worry about it. And meanwhile, they're being tracked. The
Yeah.
thief is being
Oh,
tracked.
for goodness, I want one or two again.
I'm not familiar with the credit cards. That must be new.
Yeah, they look like a credit card. The brand there's some other brands, but the ones that we just bought. Matter of fact, I just ordered another family pack because I'm going to give some to my kids. And
I would like to.
you lay
I
them
would
on
like
the
to look
charger,
into
and it
that.
charges just like your cordless phone. Bonnie's got
Okay.
one that she's got to recharge because it shows that the battery's low.
Okay, and what was the name of the one you used?
Spot minders. I'll
Great.
call you, Joyce, right after we're done today.
Okay.
Scott, could you
Thank
email me that information too? It's Eleanor.
Oh, yeah, and that's just the brand is Spot Minders. You go to spotminders.com and I don't mean to be selling things for Spot Minders because there are other brands, and you need to have an Apple phone because you use a thing called Find
Find me
My,
device.
and the thing is you can share that so that actually Bonnie can see all of my cards. I actually have 4 and she has 3 of them, and I put them in my bags. I put them in my computer bag. I have one in my wallet. I have one on my keys, and she can actually see where my stuff is, which is really kind of neat.
That's helpful.
I have an Android phone and it has the same. Oh no, never mind. I use my iPad and it's got to Find My device.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And they're working on that. I was just reading on. They're working on trying to get the Androids, some app on the Android that'll do the same thing.
Okay.
But there's different brands. So, all right. Well, thank you. That's a good one.
Back to travel and safety tips. When you enter an elevator, pay attention to who gets on with you. If they look suspicious, say, "Oh my gosh, I forgot my something," and get off the elevator. If you're threatened by someone on an elevator, push all the buttons for all the floors. That way it has to stop at every floor and they'll get off at the first one. Now, something happened to my husband and I years ago. We checked in at a hotel and the clerk told us our room number. Shortly after we got to the room, we got a call saying, "Oh, this is the front desk. Your credit card didn't go through. Can you repeat the number for us?" And I was a little suspicious. So I said, "Well, we're going down to lunch, so I'll stop by the desk." Got to the desk and he said, "We never called you. Someone overheard our room number and called and wanted to get our credit card information. So just be aware of that. Always be suspicious." I hate to be that way, but it's a new world. Let's see. Oh, now we get to a scary subject. Active shooter. I know it's happening more and more, and I don't mean to scare anybody, but again, be prepared. It seems to me that people who are weird dress weird and act weird. So if you see somebody who's a little off, go somewhere else. Listen to your intuition. And everybody, the instructions are, if there's an active shooter, run, hide, or play dead. Well, I'm too old to run. I'm too big to hide. So I don't know if I could get off the floor if I tried to play dead. So I guess anyway. If this happens out of doors, don't run with the crowd. A shooter, their intent is to kill as many people as possible. They're not going to stop and take aim at a person running off to the side. So just don't run with the crowd, run away from it. When you're in a restaurant or a house of worship or a meeting place, always choose a seat facing the door. That way you can see who comes in and if they're a threat. Now, if it turns out to be a threat, make a quick exit, not to the bathroom, but to the kitchen. If it's not in the area of, where the event is taking place. Now, kitchens are better because if you're in a bathroom, you're stuck there, you're trapped. Kitchens, they have sharp knives, heavy pots, boiling water, scalding food, and there's always a door leading to the outside because they have to take the trash out. And if you're ever in a place where the authorities say to keep out or get out, keep your hands in the air so they don't mistake you for the shooter. And I think that's about all I have. I don't think I left anything out. I hope I didn't scare you, but I hope you learned some helpful information.
Okay.
Anybody have any additions that I could write down or questions?
So we got lots of people on here. What are some of the things you've learned in life? I do want to go back a little bit. Eleanor, you talked about a code word. And, I guess when my children were younger, we actually had a code word or a phrase, and we always told our children that, when they were going to school, elementary school and stuff like that, if somebody comes by, unless you know them real, real well, I mean, it's somebody that comes to our home all the time, that if they come, they said, well, your dad said to pick you up, and you said, give me the code word or the code phrase. And if they don't, then don't ever go with them. And we always told them, I says, if they try to take you, you kick, bite, scream, yell, whatever it is, you just don't go quietly.
And run to a woman. A woman is more likely to help than a man. Not that I'm being whatever they call it. But yeah, women are more protective.
Yeah. So who else has got some things that they've learned in their life?
With purses, if you're going to be in a crowd and you're touristy, then there are gangs that will work in pairs or work in groups. If you're on a subway or in a tourist, they will pickpocket. The person may get out of your purse and then pass it on to somebody else, then pass it on to somebody else. I am now wearing, I have purses that are more crossbody, and the purse is in the front and it has places you can clip it on. And it also has RFID protection. I'd have my credit cards RFID, radio frequency ID. Like in your credit card, you now can just tap it or you slide it. The magnetic behind it is with a radio frequency. A person, a thief, can with a special device come up close to you and read your credit card right through your purse without you having it out. So you need to have RFID protection either around your credit card, of your coin purse, your wallet, or your actual purse.
I've also heard that wrapping it in aluminum foil could work. I'm not sure about that, but
I don't know.
It will. That'll block it.
Oh, I forgot one thing. Can I? If you're in the supermarket, as a supermarket, don't leave your purse in your cart. And chances are you're going to walk away, and anybody could grab your purse. But if you have to leave it for some reason, the two things that you secure a child with, wrap that around the handle of your purse. That way, if somebody grabs your purse, they'll grab the whole cart. So that's just another hint.
That's why I like having a crossbody. It's like a backpack, but it's right there. I don't put it in the cart. I carry it with me.
Yes.
And I've done the same thing. I have a small crossbody that stays right on my chest area, my stomach area, and nobody can grab it. I went overseas last year and I had that with me. It had everything I needed in it. It was small enough that it wasn't real bulky, and it was wonderful. And it's the RFID. You can find them on Amazon or anywhere. They are out there. So I do suggest that as well.
Plus, you now have two hands free. So if you
Yes.
have to walk with a cane or you're not balanced, you have your hands free.
I just want to say something too about, your shopping cart. I don't know how many times I go into the store, the grocery store, and I guess maybe it's just because I just aware of it. I don't know how many times I've seen somebody with their purse, and obviously it's men don't put their purse in when they're not normally, but it's just sitting in the shopping cart and they're overlooking someplace else. Sometimes that shopping cart is sitting there all alone. Matter of fact, Bonnie got so mad at me one time because we were in the store and she wasn't paying attention and she didn't know that I came in the store and I just took the shopping cart and moved it out of her way. And she was not happy with me. And I says, that's just how fast that can happen. Just so you just need to be aware of your surroundings and you need to be aware of what's going on. And we don't need to live in fear all of our life, but we do need to be aware of what's going on. So, anybody else got any good ideas to share?
Oh, sorry, got one more.
No, that's great.
I keep looking at my notes and it's like, how did I miss that? Buy a phone charger for your car. I had a friend who lived in Florida. Power went out because of a hurricane. The only way she could charge her phone is with her car. So thankfully she had a car charger for her phone and she was able to do that until she ran out of gas. But it's a good investment.
Okay.
Oh, and if you suspect somebody's following you from the store to your car, get in the passenger side because they'll think that, oh, well, she's waiting for the driver. So yeah, they'll leave you alone, hopefully.
All right.
I think I got it all.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Anybody else got any ideas or anything they want to share? Bonnie?
Well, I agree with what Faye said about the RFID purse. I was lucky enough, we had a state conference, well, a national conference actually, but somebody from my state had brought a whole bunch of donations of brand new handbags and totes. And I had been I was getting ready to go overseas and I'd been looking for an RFID bag that wasn't very big. And there was one brand new, still in the plastic, still had the labels on it and everything. And it was just exactly what I was looking for. And I'm not afraid to put my passport in it because there again, it's RFID protected, just like the credit cards and your ID. So I think it's just a good idea.
Good point, Bonnie, because in the back of the passport is ingrained into it is a magnetic strip that has all your information.
Yes.
Yeah.
So even having an RFID cover for your passport is good.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to take my passport out and take my driver's license out of that container and put it back in my wallet.
There you go. Make yourself a note, Faye.
Yes.
Eleanor, I don't know if you've seen them, but several people are saying thank you to you on the messenger.
I'm just grateful that nobody left because they were bored.
Well,
that was my biggest
fear. Always interesting.
These are all things that we need to think about. Every one of us need to just be aware of our life and, the things that we have learned. And, sometimes the younger generation, they always think they're so smart because they're using all this technology. And I says, you can be thankful to us because we're the ones that invented it. We're the ones that developed it.
Right.
You think you're so cool because you have that really cool phone. Well, my generation's the one that invented it.
Can I leave you with my favorite joke?
Absolutely. You're in charge here.
No, don't say no. I went to my first gender reveal party, and I was the only one who showed up naked. Pass it around.
Oh my
That's
word.
cute.
Now that's good.
That's too funny.
So I have a question, Eleanor. Do you have this written down to where we could share this with our study groups with all these notes?
I do. I think I've added some since I sent it to Scott, but he has it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there was some good information. Thank you so much. I learned a few things myself. So
I
thank you.
appreciate that.
So
I was afraid to do this. I really was.
Eleanor?
Yes,
Eleanor?
but we all needed to hear every bit of it, Eleanor. This was wonderful.
Good.
Eleanor, you were talking about how sometimes you have phone calls that are from outside your contact list that are spammers.
Yes.
There is a setting in the phone system that you can turn off the ring and not receive any rings from a person that's not in your contact list. They can go to voicemail and you can catch that later, or you can look on your recent phone calls and see if there's a number. Oh, forgot to tell someone. But you can turn that off and you have less of those spam calls. If your phone is set up, you can do that.
Great.
The only trick to that is, the only problem is that I had called AAA for a car that the battery died. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And turns out they were trying to call me, but from a phone number I didn't have. So I didn't hear the phone call. So you can turn this on and off as you need be.
Okay. Good. I still have a landline though. I don't know if there's any way to avoid those calls.
Well, on a landline,
I just don't answer.
Don't recognize the number on your call phone. Just don't answer it. If it's somebody that needs you, they'll leave you a message.
That's how I feel too. Yeah. This is just something that I heard, and I heard that you should never use a debit card because debit cards allow somebody to have access to all your bank accounts. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know if anybody does it. I would rather use a credit card because you could be reimbursed, but not with a debit card.
So I want to go back on that phone a little bit right there. And I use an Apple phone, and some people use Androids, and I know and I don't know how to do it on Android, but it's very, very easy now on the Apple to record, and you just hit that little button and it says this conversation is being recorded. And if you want to get rid of a telemarketer, turn that on there and they will hang up on you.
I had something happen a couple weeks ago. I was talking to my friend who is having an operation, and we were talking about it for just a little while on my phone, not connected to anything else. And the next day on YouTube, I got advertisements for things to use for this operation.
Right.
So I don't know how they do it, but somebody was listening.
They do it everywhere.
That's scary. That's real scary. We're going to have to go back to writing letters.
Yeah, they can hear. They record. They know exactly what you're saying. That's happened to me too. I'll be sitting here with my husband and we're talking about some topic, and I say, "Well, let's look it up." And as soon as he gets on his phone, it has answers for us, and we haven't even punched in anything yet.
Well, do you have Alexa? Alexa does that for you.
Yep.
Well, we don't have Alexa. We have Androids, and so their phones are listening to us. It's scary.
Yes. Well, I was told by a computer geek that they can't listen to a whole conversation, but they can pick out words.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
apparently they picked out something about this operation, and I have a cousin who said the military used it to locate terrorists. They would listen in, and if they heard certain things, they would get the location. But now I think this technology is being sold to companies for advertising. So
yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I think so.
It's a different world, and if we don't adjust, we'll be like the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I'm already a dinosaur. I don't know much about any of it.
So eventually, well, I'm doing a presentation at our state conference in October. And I've got it basically ready to go, and it's on artificial intelligence. The good.
Oh, good.
The good, the bad.
Can you do one on here?
Yeah, I'll do it on here afterwards. But it's called the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it'll kind of open your eyes a little bit. And I just want to tell you ahead of time that there is a lot more good than there is bad.
Good.
And ugly. But I mean, and I've learned, and I'll just kind of preface this: if there's anything that'll cure cancer, it'll be us with the help of artificial intelligence, because things are moving so fast in the medical field because of it, in a positive way. But it's got some really ugly stuff too.
Well, that's good to hear, Scott, as long as they're not abusing it and taking advantage of people, with it.
Right.
So,
well, that's the bad and the ugly.
Yep.
So, all right. All right. Well, Eleanor, I guess nobody else has anything else. Then we're going to close and encourage people to be here. I'll be here in June, and I will put a little advertisement on it. We have a gal who's going to do on orchids, the flower.
Yeah.
And
when we have these good presentations, will we be able to have a written thing that we can use for a lesson, a schematic or an outline or something?
Well, Eleanor sent me some stuff already, and I can actually send that to you, but she might have some other stuff she wants to add to it. And if you want to do that, Eleanor, you can just send it to me again, and I'll share it with those who want to.
Let's do that and get it written up, because this is too good to just leave in the air. We need to have it written down to put in our files to renew our memories.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
And add to this is a wonderful lesson, Eleanor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all those writing down lists that you've made over the years, because even though some of them are probably getting obsolete, they're more what do I want to say, fine-tuned to do more damage. So
everything has changed. So it's my sister once said, I can't believe I'm as old as I am. My sister once said that she went to bed, she was 40 years old. She went to bed, she was 17. She woke up the next day, she was 40. And that's how I feel. I don't know what happened in the last 60 years.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, thanks again. Thanks all of you for being here.
Thank
By the way,
you.
these are recorded, and I record them and put them on YouTube, and then I click the links and put them on the Oregon FCE website. And so you can go on there, and on the email I sent out, it's got the link right to it directly, and so you can get those. And I may even take and add that on as a tab on their website, so you can actually open up the information that you send. And if you want to revise that, Eleanor, and send it to me again, I'll wait for a week or so before I do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I will.
I'll just wait until you get it sent.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
And then
thank you, everybody.
Hi, Cynthia. I didn't get to say hi.
Hi, Joyce. Hi, Sandra. How are you?
I'm going to turn the recorder off, and then you guys can just chat all you want.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.